Hello and welcome to today's video. It's all a little St. Patrick's Day one, so if you want to watch me get into this full look, which is all about emeralds and greens and gorgeous St. Patrick's Day things, keep watching. Alright, so first things first, happy St. Patrick's Day. In Liverpool we have a very large Irish population. I swear it's our biggest import, is Irish people. So it's a big deal over here, and especially if you work in nightlife or hospitality. That's not always a good thing, but hey, it's an excuse to wear ginger hair and green and stuff, because I think Paddy's Day kind of has a very specific aesthetic, and your options is either dressing up as a shamrock, a leprechaun, or a pot of gold. None of those appeal to me, so I'm just going to wear nice green. So that's the concept for today, is just gorgeous, beautiful greenery and red hair. So we're starting off, first things first, with contouring. We're slimming down this face, feminizing ourselves and getting into drag. After, of course, gluing down the eyebrows. That is a step that actually, at the time of recording this, I don't have to do anymore. I've shaved my eyebrows off and it's weird seeing myself with eyebrows. So, we're whittling down the jaw, the nose, the chin, and all of those more masculine features that we're just not exactly proud to have. We're going to hide those away, add a shadow so it makes them look like they're receding and disappearing, and it's just turning us into beautiful women. That's what women look like, isn't it? You've seen a woman. They all have brown jaws and brown noses, and they're all beautiful. There's no such thing as an ugly or masculine woman, and we're here to perpetuate that. Duh. So, blending out the contour, you just use a brush and you just kind of pull it out. And now I'm covering the eyebrows more and more, loads of layers of glue, a colour correcting powder to counteract the blue tones of the hair that lay underneath. And then more colour correcting, but it's concealer. This is all just kind of creating a nice base. It's creating a bone structure and a canvas and a map. So once all of that underpainting is done with the highlighting and the contour, put a base over it. We're going to go back in and reinforce things, of course, but this is just to kind of give us a level playing field. Go back in, reinforce those cheek highlights, because I do love having a very pale cheek and upper lip, chin, between the eyebrows. It just adds a nice glowy contrast to the face and really focuses all of the light and attention to the centre of the face. And you might be thinking I look a little bit crazy pale and like some sort of ghost. You'd be right. Now that we've done all of that, that of course has disturbed our contour. So we go back in, reinforce the contour, and now we suggest eyeliner. Because I do some pretty big eyeliner, it's hard for me to predict exactly where it's going to go, and I don't want to spend ages colouring in my eyelids with this beautiful intricate eye makeup just to cover it all in a big triangle of eyeliner. So I draw that big triangle on first, so I know where it's going to go, and can then draw my new eyes on accordingly. This is not the final eyeliner, it's going to be a mess, but you just go back and forth and clean it up later. Here I am drawing on a new crease, a new eyelid. It's just bigger, it's longer, it's higher, and it's wider, and our eyes are now bigger. Drawing on some new eyebrows as well with a very pink red eyebrow pencil, because I know this isn't going to be the final colour, but I like to do it in this wet creamy stage before I set the face with powder, because that means I can fix any mistakes that I make. Not saying I ever make mistakes, but sometimes you might, and that's the only reason I'm doing this, is just to set a good example. Started off the eyebrows, they're going really high up and thin, because we have just covered our eyebrows, we may as well draw the new ones on in a significantly different place. Look at that, they are pretty thick, so I'm going to need to go in and make some adjustments. Going under with a white concealer to just clean up, refine and define the eyebrows and the brow bone. I love an underbrow highlighter, it just looks so good and it gives you that contrast and that clean base to do your eye makeup. And there I am lifting up the centres of the eyebrows as well, because I think it just makes me look like more like kind of sad, but also like happy, and also just like gorgeous and beautiful and feminine, rather than like angry and downturned and masculine. Yeah, you know what I mean? This white concealer, you definitely get your mileage out of it when you're doing drag, because it's all about creating a new bone structure. You're not just putting makeup on top of your face, you're creating a new face to makeup on top of course, more highlights with a different white concealer, so it's even whiter than the white, so you've got white on top of your white, because in case your white wasn't whiting enough, it's now really white. powder it all. Reinforce what you just did with powder. Set the face with face powder, set the contour with contour powder, and set the highlights with a stark, disgustingly white powder that's just so bright and vibrant. You could try and control where this goes to create more contrast. You don't want to make the whole face white because then the cheeks aren't going to look that white. You want the cheeks to stand out. Back and forth, reinforce the contour, just darken the outside of the face, bring the eye in. Also forehead contour to make your forehead look tiny and cute and round like a gorgeous feminine dome of a woman. Blush. I figured since we're doing a lot of green today, a blush might stand out nicely. So right now it looks crazy and I'm probably going to look like a clown. But after the makeup's all done, you're barely even going to see this blush, which is why I like to go quite heavy-handed with it. Throw it all over the cheeks, high up on the cheeks in a nice 80s fashion, down the cheeks, add a flush to the rest of the face, and also the forehead in that. Put some powder on, dust it all around. We haven't blended it all out completely because we're going to leave it on heavy to catch the eye makeup, so it's just kind of going to sit here and cook, bake, and other such words. Look at us putting concealer on our eyelid, and you'd think this would mess up the eyeliner. However, this is just a preliminary plan for the eyeliner, so no worries. Now, just throw on a million shades of green on the eye, starting off with a light green, and we're just going to add more and more detail as we get darker and darker. So I'm starting off with the whole lid. This is the new lid we've created, but from now on we will just refer to this as the eyelid. And underneath the eye with green. Here I am with a more vibrant green that's being focused more on the outsides and middles of the eye and less on the inside, because it's going to go light on the inside out to dark on the outside where it's going to meet the eyeliner, which is the darkest point. So you just kind of get a darker colour and just kind of pull it out a little bit more and more and more. But also, I just love that green. It's really nice. I don't do green eyes very much. Who'd have thought this would happen? Me, because I planned it and did it. This is a nice green as well, and it is a shade of green. It's green. There you go. I can put this darker green on the outside because you can see that's where the eyeliner is going to go. I'm starting to suggest eyeliner already, and the eyeliner is going to be black. We're creating a whole gradient from black to green, but if you use loads of different shades of green, it's going to make you look like you're really good at blending and you're just like really good at makeup and you're beautiful. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. Reinforce and redefine the crease. Here you can see we're doing the crease and the lid are both going to be shades of green, but like dark green on the dark bits and light green on the light bits, and it's just like a really gorgeous green colour story. And then a green glitter as well. Now you want to be careful with the glitter because sometimes iridescent or glitters that have a colour shift to them can look a different colour when they're looking at a different light. This one's just all greens and yellows, and that works with the emerald vibe we're going for, no matter what direction it's looked at. I've put that on, and then I put another light green on to just kind of pull and smudge it all out, and then finally we're going in with our darkest shades yet. And that's the darkest bits right on the outside of the eye to really extend our eyes and make our eyes just look really big and pulled out on the outsides and take up more room on our face, because that's feminine. Your eyes are the thing. That's what we're looking at. So this face is going to be all eyes. Now we start drawing on the eyeliner. Just go in there with a felt tip and draw some massive triangles on your eyes and call them wings. And there you go. I like to do a very extended inner corner as well. It's just super feline. You can't see what I'm doing because it's just off camera. This is a consistent problem with me. And I'm done apologising for it. I'm not sorry. Use your imagination. Who knows what... Why didn't I cut this down? This is lengthy. Okay. And then start going in with the white concealer under the eyebrow and under the eyeliner. Create a new inner corner waterline thing, but it's bigger, it's whiter, it's longer, it's wider, and our eyes are now all of the above. I find this part really satisfying as well. You also get to clean up any of your eyeliner mistakes, not that you're making any. Dust off all of the excess powder, and it starts to just kind of mix and blend it all in together. And suddenly, doesn't that blush just not look as crazy now that we've got finished eyes on? Suddenly, the cheeks aren't the darkest part of the face, but it's in fact the eyes, and you want to keep that. You want to keep the darkest part of the face being the eyes. Though sometimes it's nice to do a dark lip. We're not doing that today, though. Redrawing on a lower lash line to give us, again, that big, elongated, massive drag eye. Very feline, very fish, very gorgeous. Now we're redoing the eyebrows in a nice red colour. And going to do some hair detailing because this is our lightest colour. And then of course we're going to go in and add more dark detailing on the outsides because I just think it's more realistic. Who has red eyebrows, I mean? And we're here to look like humans, so we're going with a dark brown pencil, add dimension. And what do you know, suddenly our eyebrows just look like real red eyebrows. Green highlighter, I forgot I had this. It's as good a time as any to use it. After all, we're going for this whole emerald vibe. We are dressing as the emerald aisle. And I don't know much about green, shiny things other than emeralds. Jade, turquoise, so on and so forth. We're overdrawing our lips now. This works better if you've had your lips done. Most people would think to do a red lipstick when you're doing such a green look. And that works in terms of contrast, but I don't always want to do the obvious. And I think I just really wanted to do really light lips because I just think it looked gorgeous and it kind of, again, kept the focus on my eyes. And look at it with that liner. Look at that face. Throw on some big lashes because we're drag queens. And it just pulls the whole look together once you let the glue dry. Don't judge me for these little white bits on my eyes. Apparently I did a little dot on my nose at some point as well. I guess I just cut that out. Set the face with hairspray. We're gorgeous. I'm gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Here I am drawing a little 4-leaf clover shamrock situation on where I normally draw a beauty mark. Did it work? You tell me. It just kind of looks like a sad tree. Or a star. Anyway, now for the outfit. The body, this is what you came here for. There's going to be an unedited version of this video as well, so if you want to watch this whole thing unedited, it takes a long time, but hey, you get to watch this. And I mean, I see where you people skip to in the video, it's here. So, we're giving ourselves a body, tights and pads to give ourselves shape and shapeliness and butt and ass and a little bit of cut. And now some shiny tights, some other tights, some fishnet tights, some rhinestone tights, some shapewear or garments, and then here's the dress. It's like a goldy green. It's very lame, except probably even cheaper. And of course, I've got to hike it up because I don't like dresses not being long. No, wait, I don't like them not being short on me. So I safety pin it up, throw a wig on. It's a ginger wig. It's quite short. This is the front piece. I like it as the bangs and the fringe. Get the wig on, put it on, get the other wig, put that on the back. Double stacked. I'm not very good at this whole part. This actually took way longer in person. I tied the bow. I think it looks like a shamrock. I don't think it does though. It just looks like a rubbish bow. Finishing touches, put the dress on. Look at that. I am sex on legs. I am legs on legs. I am green. I am ginger. I am woman. Happy Paddy's Day. St. Patrick's Day. Alcohol happens. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a like, leave a comment, let me know what you thought, and check out all of my other videos. I am back. There's plenty of old videos on my channel. You subscribe for new videos or ring the bell to get notified about them. And then check me out on all the other social medias. It's right there. It's on the screen. Instagram is the main one, but also check out whatever else is on the screen. That's all from me. Bye-bye.